rotating. Why does it say it's locked? I don't get that. Oh, what's up, everybody? I don't know why. Slow. Why is the orientation locked? That don't even make sense. Let's see, share. Well, anyways, this is going to be like this. I can't change it for some reason. What's going on? What's up, Johnson? How's it going? I'm just out here doing a live while I'm waiting for my student to finish up studying his pre-trip. So, oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm real good. Just hanging out. You good too? Let's go. Flatbedder trucker, what's happening? What is the process of truckers going through a weight inspection station? Bro, you just follow the lights. So like when you come up to it, we have a pre-pass. It's through DriveWise. It's a system that tells us if we can bypass the scale or we have to go in. So what's up, Tracy? So if the scale's open, you have to go into it. Just follow the lights. The lights will tell you, hey, go on the scale, or they'll give you the green light that says go off, like take off. Some scales, you pull up to a certain spot, you stop, and they do all the weights at once. Some of the scales have this little spot that you pull up to. You stop with your drives there, they get the weights, pull up to the drives are on it. They get the weight, and then you pull up to the back of the trailers on it, they get the weight, and then boom, you're on your way. So, you know, it's not that big of a deal. If they want to pull you in for another inspection, a bigger inspection, they'll have you pull around the back. I keep my binder up here with all my permits and stuff in it. So I'll grab that, I'll grab my load sheet for my bill of lading. So like if they have any question, hey, what's your haul on? Here you go, you know. It's just whatever they ask you to do, you know. The consequences if the truck passes the weigh station. So if the truck passes the weigh station, say you're going and for some reason you don't see all the signs. There could be like 3 signs, there could be more than 3 signs. They're going to pull you over, they're going to have you come back to the weigh station. They're going to weigh the truck. They're going to make sure that the weights are right. Then they're going to go ahead and give you an inspection, because guess what? There's a reason you skipped that scale. So they're going to go through everything. They're going to be like, huh, why did this guy skip the scale? And then if you have a decent officer, he'll just give you a ticket for running the scale. If you have an officer that, hey, he wants to prove a point and make sure you don't do that again, he could write you a ticket for every sign that you passed on the way to the scale. He can write you, say you have like 2 or 3 lights out on your trailer, you can get 1 ticket for each light. If you got a cool one that's like not gonna be like that, he might give you 1 ticket for all the lights that are messed up. So, you know, it just depends on the officer. Carl says, in the truck doing my PSD training with my trainer Rex. He says, hi, what's up, Rex? Bro, I was about to call Rex, actually. I was going to call Rex and ask him, like, where he's been, because I haven't seen him in a while. You know, so that's great. I'm glad he has a student. You're in good hands. You're from India. Greenwich, what's going on, Greenwich? Is there an addition to tonight's live? Man, I got stuff to do tonight, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna go live. So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and go live. You know, like let's go ahead and talk. my students out there doing pre-trip, so you know, whenever you're not good, when you're not the best at pre-trip or you're struggling on it, I let you study your way at first, but then there comes a time and there comes a point in time where I'm all like, well, you didn't learn it your way, so you're gonna learn it my way. So now he's learning it my way. He's out there studying, he's working on it. So, you know, I was like, you know what, I might as well go live because I have them doing exactly what I want them to do right now. So, and we're not moving forward till we get this pre-trip done. So, Dakota, what's up? What's going on, Dakota? How have you been? Slowpoke, lunchtime live. This is new, right? Hey, I'm usually working right now out on the pad. Like, you know, if you don't got your pre-trip down in about 2 to 3 days, like, we're having issues. So we're just doing some pre-trip today. I saw the fall in traffic. Coleman short. Oh man, I have so many shorts. Fallen traffic. I'm not sure which one that is. Let's see. We got. How can I get sponsorship for CDL training internationally students? I don't know. You're gonna have to figure that out. I have no idea. Wolfgang working late today, right? Wolfgang, how's TNT going? You knocking out the miles? Calvin Ware, what's up? Setting in LAX FedEx, waiting to load, heading to Newark, New Jersey. Ugh, man, you have fun with New Jersey. I remember going to New Jersey, man. That's never been fun. Carl says, Rex says we're in Indianapolis heading to Springfield. Rex says, give me a call later. All right, I'll give him a call for sure. You went to consider refusing my nightmare trucking horror stories and point out the flaws. Point out the flaws. I don't understand what you mean. Wanted to consider refusing my nightmare trucking horror stories and put out the flaws. I don't know what you're talking about. Jose says, hello there. Have a great day. I'm from California. Let's go, California. Can you honk? Oh, you want to scare my student? I'll honk and then he'll come over here and want to talk. Transylvania TJ, whoop whoop. Man, I had to quit the trucking life. Wasn't making money. Barely home. And yeah, dude, I understand that, man. Like, we don't get much home time. Like, home time is very few and in between. So I can understand the home time part. The making the money, also, I can understand that because freight is not where it should be. So, like, I can understand that. I'm trying to find my live so I can do these comments better. So, like, I'm about to search my channel. Twizted. So I'm searching my channel right now. That way I can get the comments down here. So I'm searching my channel. And then I didn't mute it. So, yeah, bro, like, it's hard to make it right now. You guys that are out there surviving and, like, doing this thing right now, you're going to be able to really, really be good whenever you get out there on your own. That's sad that you had to leave. Calvin says the traffic in Los Angeles is crazy. Burned all my hours at the airport. Dude, I know. One of the things that doesn't bother me about LA's traffic is it keeps moving. So, like, it's not like stop, and people are not rude over there. They let you over and stuff because they understand, hey, this is how life is here. It moves slow. It does move, but it moves slow. Wolfgang, you're 1/3 of the way done right now. Hey, let's go. 1/3 of the way done. And they could upgrade you early, man. They're upgrading people early right now because there's too many people waiting on a TNT trainer, so they brought a lot of people in to upgrade them early, and that opens up a truck for another student. Do you like driving in Canada? Says, no, I don't drive in Canada. I don't drive in Canada. I would not like it. Cole says you make decent money off your YouTube channel. I make a good amount off my YouTube channel. I can't complain. I'm not making millions. I'm not even making six figures. I'm not even making two double. Like, I'm not even making I'll tell you this, it's probably less than $1,000 a year. Well, I don't know. No, it's a little bit more than $1,000 a year, but I just started getting monetized and started seeing it. So, and I don't take none of it out. So, like, what I do is I just use it for a savings. Like, if I ever need it, I'll take it. You know, I make enough trucking, I don't need to mess with it, so I just kind of let it sit there right now. Baxton says a mod will have to send me a link to Mr. Nightmare Trucking Horror Stories. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. Mr. Nightmare Trucking Horror Stories. I'm gonna have to look that up. I haven't heard of that. Doesn't even matter. Says only when you get home time is if you trade money for home. Yes, and that's exactly right. When you go on home time, the truck is not moving, so you're not making money. So it, you know, and also if you're leasing a truck, when you go on home time, you still have to pay that truck payment and the expenses. So, you know, it's really hard, especially whenever the freight's kind of down right now. I have a prediction that freight's going to pick up like in about March of next year after the elections. It's always slow during the election time of the year. You went Transylvania. TJ says that's why I went to local FedEx. Yeah, and I don't blame you right now. Like right now, a company job is kind of like you're doing all right as a company driver. Roderick says, peace, brother. I failed that fourth maneuver again today in Springfield, Missouri Terminal. My trainer is great. I got nervous, but I know what to do. Can I give you a holler? Thanks, man. Yeah, you can hit me up. I'll tell you right now, Roderick, that your trainer's who's gonna teach you that last maneuver. So I can't give you no help on it, because you know he's the one that's training you, and it's his truck. His truck might back different than mine. He might know what's best for his truck. So, but like as for being nervous, dude, my student failed today too. I had a student that was nervous today. I mean, the guy, it seemed like he was like, man, he was so nervous, and he failed pre-trip. He's my first student since the change that failed pre-trip. So I was kind of shocked that he failed pre-trip. I was all like, what? This dude failed pre-trip? Slowpoke says, I'll be there at the end of the month with you. Know who you know? What? I got my first TNT with me. Let's go, Slowpoke TNT training. Let's go. Roderick says, peace, bro, with a $2 super chat. Thank you, man. Thank you. You drive truck? Yes, I drive trucks. Red signal for the bypass, green, you stop. Red signal. Don't follow that. Hey, if you get the green light on the bypass, so it'll even say the word bypass on ours with a green light. That means you don't have to go in the scale. If it says follow your road signs, you gotta go in the scale. Calvin says he's catching you, Wolfgang. He's gonna catch you up on those miles. One Mike said, where'd you get your CDL? I got my CDL through Prime Inc. So I did get my CDL through Prime Inc. I make truck on Sean. Let's go, Stun. George says, how long do you stay out? I do mostly training the new students, so I'm not out very much. If I do go out, because I only have one student, then I will go out for like 2 weeks and make sure that I run pretty good to make good money. You know, I'm gonna run hard, and I'm gonna run about 2 weeks out with a new student, a fresh student. We're gonna come back, be on the pad about a day, maybe 2 days, test out, get them completely ready to test out, and then I'm back on the road with my next one. Grim Reaper Trucking, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I know who you are. Yes, I know who you are. Roderick says, yo, Mr. Nightmare Trucking Horror Stories are crazy, creepy. He has many different topics. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Slowpoke would be a better trainer if he wasn't so insensitive. What? Greenwich said that. The beard is killer. Hey, thank you, man. Dude, I just oil it. That's all I do. I oil it and I wash it. That's it. Like, this is what I got. It's real humid out there right now, so it's like, it's not the best. I do straighten it time to time, so I'll straighten it out so it's real nice, but that's about it. I cut my own beard. I don't go anywhere and let anyone cut it. Sometimes I do this a lot though. Like, I let the sides grow out real poofy, and it gets poofy out here, and then I finally just cut it off, because once it gets a certain length, it won't grow down. So I just take all that off. If you find some of my old videos where I have the sides grown out, like, it's just like poof. It looks goofy. So I've been cutting that off. Like, I don't let it grow no more. How long have I been with Prime? It's going to be 8 years in October. Coming up in October will be 8 years. So that's a while, man. I came here only wanting to do 1 year. I was like, I'm only going to do 1 year and I'm out. I'm going to the oil field. Like, the oil field's where you make money. Trucking in the oil field, you can make some bank. You know, that was the plan. At the end of the day, I was all like, you know what? Why would I go to the oil field when people always got to eat and I'm making great money here? So I was like, you know what? That would not be a good idea. Like, I'm probably making the same amount I would in the oil field, if not more, doing what I'm doing now. You know, and at the end of the day, you have to find a way that you can make trucking work for you, whether it be at the job that you're at and you learn how to run better. You know, maybe you find how to make the most money at the job that you're at. You gotta figure out how to make it work for you. That's one of the biggest things. Is, like, I am very big about, like, hey, if there's money on the table, I'm taking it. I'm all like, oh, you got an extra tire run I could do this week? I'll do it. Like, man, I'll take that extra money. So, like, you gotta be very aggressive. You gotta be, like, willing to run, stuff like that. What I have been hearing is people like, I can't run that load because I gotta do laundry. Do laundry during your 10-hour break, man. Your fleet manager doesn't want to hear that you can't run a load because you're doing laundry. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, he wants to be able, hey, here's your load, go. You know, people coming off of home time. I hear this a lot from different fleet managers. They're all like, yeah, my truck was supposed to be on the road at 10 a.m. this morning, and it's like 2 in the afternoon. He had to go get groceries because he didn't do grocery shopping while he was on home time. Bro, like, get yourself ready and set up to run. Like, people are not gonna, your fleet manager and sales and stuff, they're not gonna like that you're not ready to run when you're supposed to be. What am I hauling? I'm hauling a lot of tires and stuff. I lost my place. Okay, how long have you been with Brian? Same brother oil. Yeah, definitely use the beard oils. Definitely use the beard oils. Those storms passed through Kansas last night were bad, so very humid here. Yet I saw those storms too, and I was like, thank God I wasn't going. Thank you, I was not going that way on a tire load. I was like, yes. Trap Phone says, what are you hauling? I haul a lot of tires to be shredded to turn into rubber mulch. The beard is dope, ZZ Top, and yeah. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Han says he stays out for 5 months at a time, and that's a long time to stay out. Like, when I was over the road, I'm a company driver, always been a company driver, but I would run a month out, be home for 5 days or 4 days, whatever it is. So, like, I didn't stay out that long. I hear a lot of lease guys having to stay out for long periods of time. Greenwich says, when when will you have your 1,000,000 miles done? I have my 1,000,000 miles done. I go to the banquets, I guess next year whenever they have the 1,000,000 mile dinner. I don't know when it is. I'm not keeping up with it. I have 1,000,000 safe miles though now. 5 days of a blown out water pump. Okay, so yeah, and that's one thing about TNT is sometimes the truck, that's out of your hands. Like the truck will break down. So you were down for 5 days with a broken water pump. You know, it makes your TNT take longer. That's why a lot of people will ask, hey, how long does TNT take? I'm all like, it depends. It depends on freight, depends on how y'all are running, depends on like if the truck breaks down. So yeah, that sucks. Oh man. How much do I make per month? See, and how much for a new driver? So what I'll tell you is like probably a new driver would probably be, see, and it's been a while since I've been over the road by myself solo, but I'm thinking a company solo drivers probably bring home. I'm talking bring home is probably about 800 to probably about 1,500 on average for just a regular solo driver. Now a lease driver is probably, after all the expenses paying the truck and everything, I would have to guess probably about 1,200 to maybe 1,500. I'm talking an average. Nobody get offended here, please. But I'm just talking about an average, and that's just me, like what I feel like it is. Because I hear a lot of people on the company side, hey, I made this much this week, I made this much that week, so I kind of run an average in my head. And I've heard a lot of lease guys, I made this much, I made this much, I made this much, you know, and I just tried to average it. So how much do I make per month? You don't even want to know how much I make per month. Like, I don't say how much I make per month, because I don't want anybody to ever come out here and be like, I can make the same money you're making. And whenever the facts are, like, it took me a long time to get where I'm at. I will tell you that, like, I'm not struggling for money and I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. Definitely not. I'm making a good living out here. My lowest check of the year was last week. The video that I just made about my lowest check, or my check being not making any money, that video I just dropped, that was my lowest check of the year. Like, it'll probably be the lowest check of the year, and I'm talking like my other checks have not even came close to being that low. So like, I'm doing great. I cannot complain at all. Like, Prime takes care of me. It's one of the reasons I stay here. I stay here because, like, Prime is that I get paid good. You know, I like what I'm doing. You know, I think there's plenty of opportunity. It feels great training people and helping people out to become successful. It's awesome whenever I see some of my old students and they come here and I'm like, hey, what's up? And they're all like, hey man, I bought my own truck, I got my own authority. Or they're all like, hey man, I'm living great, my family's taken care of, like I'm doing awesome. Like, it means a lot. Like, I'm like, heck yeah. Or even some of the ones that left, they hit me up and they're all like, hey man, I was just thinking about you. It's been like 3 years since I got my CDL. So like, it was 3 years ago today that I got my CDL. How's things going, man? I appreciate everything you did. This is what I'm doing now. So I know, like, people are doing better. Like, I've helped people get to that higher status. Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's per week. That's per week, not per month, that I gave for the average. That's per week. So, you know, times that by 4. And Hans is right, because he says it depends on the miles. If you're a company driver, it depends on the miles, it depends on the revenue, it depends how long you get stuck somewhere. There's a lot of variables involved in it, so it is real hard to say, hey, I make this much per week on average. It is hard. That's why I have to give you a range like that. 10 to 12 weeks is my standard. So Slowpoke says he stays out for 10 to 12 weeks. And he's a lease. As far as I know, he's still lease. I haven't talked to Slowpoke in a long time. He quit coming around. I don't know why, but I haven't seen him around the terminal in a long time. Needs to come say hi sometime, bro. Greenwood says, correct, Hans. If you want big bucks, you have to drive for it. Yeah, 100% right. You have to keep that truck moving. How do you get into getting a CDL? Bro, you gotta go. Like, first off, do the research. Make sure that you want to do this, and then find out which school you want to go to, which school, which company. You want to get it through a mega carrier. Do you have the money to pay for it up front? What's your end goal with it? Talk to your family, you know. But pretty much, if you're not going to do any of the research, then put an application in with Prime Inc. and use my driver code, of course, COXDJO. But like, hey, put it in with Prime Inc. and you know, so a lot of people do that. They come into here blind, no research. They're just like, boom, come into here, and they're all like, what do you mean I don't get to go home every weekend? Nah, bro, you don't get to go home every weekend. So, like, you know, some people get shocked and they're all like, oh, man. But yeah, for sure. Slowpoke says, trucking is life-changing if you do it right. For reals. If you're smart with your money and you do it right, you can live, like, way, like, bro, I was telling one of my students about this other day. I said, once you start making this trucker money, if you're successful out here and you start making this trucker money, you're sick of paying taxes. So you take your check and a big chunk of it comes out to pay taxes for each week. Like, I've had to pay like $1,000 in taxes out of one check. I've had to pay more than that. I've had to pay less than that. But you start seeing that, so you start finding ways to get that money off before taxes. Like 401k is great for a company driver because it comes off before taxes. So like, at the end of the day, you start finding out what net worth is. You're all like, so I have 401k and I have different places I have money. So what happens is if I ever get into a rut or something happens, you know, something happens unfortunate, then I can pull money from other places. I'm going to get penalized for it, but the thing is, that money's making money for me right now, and if I need it, I pull it out and I use it. You know, some of it I could put back in, you know, investments, or like, you know, you can invest in real estate. I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff you can do. So if you get into a bind, you can always get to some money to help you out. Roderick says, that's good to hear. If you're happy where you are, that is important. Helping people is paying it forward. Exactly. Your first look at CDLs. What's up, Sam? Sam, we out here doing pre-trip. Han says, once you get a truck, get a CB as well. Very important, especially in the winter months. And I agree. I don't have my CB installed in here right now, so I'm about to install my CB pretty soon because we're moving into the winter months. Winter months are coming real fast, so I need to put my CB in. I was telling my students that just the other day. Hey, I need to install my CB in here because it's not in here right now. If you heard all the clips and stuff, that was my hood getting open for people studying pre-trip outside. Calvin says, Austin hit 10K miles this week. Let's go, Austin. Do your research in the trucking game is a lifetime. Some like it, some hate it. I had one of my friends come out here and he absolutely hated it. I had another one come out here and he loved it. Flatbed trucker says, and also to be a company driver for the first year. So if you don't like it, you have nothing to lose, and that's a good ideal too. I suggest people go company at first. That way you get to learn the actual trucking business. It's not as stressful. A lot of people are like, just jump into it. A lot of people fall on their face, unfortunately, and then they end up leaving. Green Gore, what's up, man? Green Gore says, Caveman wishes you the best. Hey, how's Caveman doing? How's Caveman doing? So we had Caveman on the truck. He was a pretty cool dude. My other student, I don't know why he named him Caveman, but he definitely named him Caveman, so we just called him Caveman the rest of the time. Greenwich hated on my tattoo. Greenwich said, put that nasty Ghostbusters tattoo down. So I had a friend that did that Ghostbusters tattoo, and it's not the best. The other one's good. My channel, YouTube, and thanks Greenwich for pointing out how bad my Ghostbusters tattoo is. Yeah, I still like it. It just needs a touch up. It needs some love. But I still like it. I take my test on the 1st. Well, let's go, man. Let's get that CDL. You know, calm down. You'll be fine. It's just a test. If you realize that two things will happen test day, you will either pass or you will fail. You'll do a lot better. A lot of people are like, I can only pass. I can't fail. They end up failing. Catch up with you, Greenwich. Green Gore says, I'm fine so far. Toby Keith, apparently. Wow. Greenwich anytime, buddy. Yeah, so, I mean, you can make a lot of money out here trucking, or you can fall on your face and not make nothing. It's just how it is. If you're smart about it and you're willing to listen to other people's experience, then you'll learn a lot. If you find a good friend out here trucking, a lot of people will find great friends out here trucking, and they start their own network, and they have a great group of friends that they can call on. Hey, what do I do in this situation? But the thing is, when you call and ask for help, take the advice. So I hear a lot of people call and ask for advice, ask for help, and they don't take the advice. They hear it, listen to it, and then they don't do it. And then that person calls them again, and they're all like, man, I'm still having the same issue. Well, did you do what I did last time? You're going to find out 9 times out of 10, no, man, I didn't do that. Well, dude, I'm trying to help you here. And that's a lot of reasons why a lot of people don't help each other in the trucking community no more. Like, they're not trying to teach you how to run your own business. They're not trying to help you out. Your friends are not telling you that. Because there's so many people out here that come out here trucking, that come out here because they don't want no boss telling them what to do. They don't want nobody to be in charge of them. They're their own boss. They're a trucker. They do whatever they want to do. Like, and they want help. They want help, but they won't take it because they're all like, nah, you're wrong. And you'd be like, man, I talk to a lot of people out here. I learn stuff from people that have 1 year. I learn stuff from people that have 40 plus years. So I learn from everybody. You got to be able to, and like Slowpoke just said, network, definitely. And for a long time I was preaching that stuff, network, and like telling people about it. But at the end of the day, I mean, dude, no matter who they are out here, you can learn something for everybody. I had a friend out here that I came in, he was in the same class I came through in, and I made friends with him. We exchanged numbers, and I was all like, this dude is, he didn't really think about what he was doing before he did it a lot of times. So he made a lot of mistakes, and I learned so much from every mistake he made. So sometimes it's good to have that friend that's kind of like, this dude messes up all the time, but guess what you're doing? You're actually learning from his mistakes, so you don't have to make them yourself. A lot of stuff you can learn from other people's mistakes. says trucking since the Industrial Revolution. Ortiz says, how long have you been trucking? I've been trucking for 7 years. It'll be 8 in October, so. And I love it. I really do. I like the big trucks and stuff. I still drive sometimes. I'll get bored over there in the passenger seat, and I'll be like, hey, look, man, I'm driving. So, like, I do that too. Most of the time, I understand that my students need the experience, so I don't even drive. Like, I'll catch a little bit of driving here or there. I'll be like, hey, man, I'm going to drive to the truck stop from here. You know, it's like 25, 30, 40 miles away. Or I'll pick one even further, like halfway back, and I'll drive to that one, just get behind the wheel again. But it's freaking awesome. Like, you got this big vehicle out here on the road, truck and trailer, and you're going down the road and you're checking your mirrors, and you know, you're just free. Like, you're free. You're listening to music, like you're just in your own world. Most of the time whenever I'm driving, I try not to even talk to my students because I just want like some peace. Like, it's peaceful. So I mean, like, there's a lot of good stuff about trucking. On the negative side of trucking, a lot of times you're going to overthink while you're out there. So you're going to be driving down the road and you're going to be like, you're going to drive yourself a little bit crazy because you're thinking about all this stuff in your life or in your past. You know, like, dang, man, I just need to call somebody. So you hit that button on your headset, hey, call so-and-so. Because you're thinking about too much stuff and you're in your head. Like, you'll be rethinking everything in your life sometimes. So you got a lot of time to do stuff. And then you get stuck at shippers and receivers, man. I watch a lot of TV shows. Like, I'm not a movie watching person. I found out over the road I love watching TV shows. I binge watch TV shows, and it makes it a lot better because with a TV show, you get to know the characters more. So, like, if they say, hey, man, you need to pull out that dock, you're all like, boom, TV show's off. You can click it back on right where it is, and you're going to remember everything about it. Movies, you watch all this movie, and then you get to, like, it doesn't spend much time telling you about the characters. You get to a certain point in the movie, and you turn that off, and you go do something, you come back and you play the movie again, and you're like, who was this person in the movie? I don't even remember this person in the movie. Because they're packing so much into a 2 hour or less than a 2 hour spot. So I really like TV shows. Let's see. Slowpoke says, and take conjunct. Alright. He's taking a restroom break, so. And Slowpoke says, take constructive criticism. Own your screw-ups. Make the corrections and get back to work. And that's exactly right. Like, I try to tell all my students, hey, you're going to learn from your mistakes out here. We got to make mistakes to learn from them. So you're backing, you're going to get frustrated because it's not going to do what you want. You've got to learn from what you did that last few times. Say you do it 3 times in a row and you're like, man, that didn't work out. Change what you're doing. Instead of always going left, turn it to the right. See what happens. So a lot of it is like, you make a mistake, you learn from your mistakes. We don't want to learn from the expensive mistakes that are going to hit our pockets and cost us money, because that sucks because we just lost money. We're out here to make money. Greenwich says, new drivers will make mistakes. Recognize it, admit it, and learn from it. Exactly right. So I tell a lot of my students that it's going to be like the first step of AA. You've got to first admit that you have a problem before you can fix the problem. So if I tell a student, I'm all like, hey, you're not checking your mirror enough, and you're over here like, yes, I am. I'm going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to be like, no, you're not. Like, you are not looking at the mirror properly in a lane change. You need to look at it more. Like, you're not, you just checked it, you swung the truck and trailer over there, and you just checked it again to make sure you were in your lane. That's dangerous. What if a car gets beside you? You need to check it 1 Mississippi 2, start moving. First off, you need to put your blinker on, check your mirrors, make sure that it's completely safe over there. Then you need to watch your mirror, 1 Mississippi 2, glance in front of you, right back to your mirror till you're all the way over it. That way you make sure that no one gets next to you. Alright? And I'll have students argue with me and they'll be like, I check my mirrors enough. I have to tell them all, like, hey, look, you want to learn from your mistakes and get better, or you don't want to learn at all, and I don't know why you even came to Prime. Because if you're not willing to learn when you come out here, then it's pointless. I don't even know why you came here. If you can get a CDL without one of us training you, then I don't even know why you're here. So obviously you needed us when you came here to help you get a CDL. Take the help. Bradley says, hey brother, just asking, do you think now is a good time to get into trucking? I've been considering it for a few weeks now. I think any time's a good time to get into it. If you're looking at going lease, I would probably reconsider it a little bit. I mean, you can still make money. I mean, like a lot of people that've been out there for a while, they're leased right now and they are doing awesome. But those guys, like take Greenwich for example. Greenwich is out there and I'm sure he's doing great. He's running freight and he's doing great. You know, so like, you know, if you're good at running it, if you're smart with it, then yeah, it's a good time. But I always suggest, as soon as you know for sure that you want to do this and it's in your mind and it's in your heart that you're going to do it, jump on it, go with it before you change your mind. Because I'll tell you what, trucking will change your life completely around, like somebody said earlier. I went from living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know what that feels like anymore. I really don't. Like, it's been so long since I lived paycheck to paycheck. Now, I do, of course, like I got my bills to pay. Like my first check comes in and I know about a third of my first check or maybe half of my first check is going to go to my house payment. Like, of course you know that stuff. But you still have money left over. See, I used to pay my house payment and half of all my money was gone. Like I was house broke, or probably 2/3 of my money was gone. I was house broke at one point. I lived paycheck to paycheck. I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. Sometimes it was like, whenever I was even younger than that, it was all like, do I buy cigarettes or do I buy food? I'm buying cigarettes because guess what? They supposedly suppress your hunger anyway, so I'll go ahead and buy the cigarettes this week, you know? Like, I've been there. I know what that is, but trucking definitely changed that. You a trainer, Greenwich? Yeah, Greenwich is a trainer. Avocado says, I'm a professional truck driver and a professional therapist all at once. Man, when I need somebody to talk to, a lot of times that's who I call, Sam. Or simply Avocado, I mean. I call him whenever I need somebody to really talk to, because I don't know, he's just wise. He has all these sayings and he'll make you laugh and change your mood around real quick. Green Goro says, how often you still think about when I was pre-tripping with Nick in the cold? Bro, I never think about it. There's been so many of y'all that I've put out in the cold or the heat out there to do pre-trip, or there's been so many of y'all that I've done that to, so like I don't think about it much. I remember it though. Like, some people are good at getting their pre-trip. You never have to do that. Some people are not so good at your pre-trip. So then you have me micromanaging you. I don't like to micromanage you, but I will tell you, I make sure my job gets done. So like, hey, if you need to be micromanaged, I'm going to micromanage you because I need it done. Like, I need it done so we can move on with this. Like, I think pre-trip is so important that you shouldn't even be driving a vehicle till you know the pre-trip. You shouldn't be doing no backing till you know the pre-trip. You need to know that your vehicle is safe before you put it on the road. Greenwich, I do remember what I told y'all though. Whenever I said, I know what I said whenever I told y'all get out. I said I'm gonna be in my truck where it's nice and warm, and y'all are going to be out in the cold studying pre-trip. Something along those lines. Han says, does the lease driver have to pay the trainee every week, or does Prime pay the trainee? The lease driver pays the trainee. So the lease driver, it comes out of what he made for the week. So it comes out of that. It'd be nice if Prime paid for all the training for the students, but then Prime's losing money on that. So, like, you know, it's how it is. Oh wow, because someone in Twisted's comments earlier video said Prime Inc. pays $500 to the trainee. See, the trainee makes during TNT. You make a certain amount, and it's a weird figure. It's you're gonna get paid by the hour while you're on TNT plus 4 hours every day. It comes out to roughly $900 a week, the minimum, and then the maximum you can make more than that. Calvin says when your PTSD is bothering you. Right? You remember being out there studying pre-trip? Greenwich says they get a bonus for trifecta. Prime doesn't pay them every week. Yeah, during PSD, Prime's gonna give you. They're gonna allow you to borrow $200 a week. So you're gonna get it on your data card, and you'll have to pay it back $25 a week until you pay them back, which isn't much, and it's a not tax free. It's a loan Prime gives you during your PSD part that is interest free. So I always tell my students, take that money out. You might need it for something else. It's interest free. I mean, you get on some hard times, hey, it might help you out, or you might need to buy something for trucking. So Green Gore says I'm about to upgrade already, but been dragging my feet on that and more focus on the loads we get. Yeah, bro, like, learn as much as you can while you're there. Like, learn as much as you can. Like, you're just over there soaking in all that knowledge before you get your own truck, because when you get your own truck, it's going to be on you. Like, yeah, of course you're going to have friends to call, you're going to have your trainer to call, you're going to have me to call, just a whole bunch of different people. He's back from the bathroom, back out there studying pre-trip. So yeah, you know, it's all good. You'll make it. And some people, what I'll tell a lot of people is, you really don't know how to back until you get your own truck. Because when you get out there in your own truck, it's on you, and you're like, oh no, like, I don't have nobody to help me no more. So like, you start really learning back in then. Green Gore says my trainer wants to finish out the year with me because we're good together, so we definitely making a lot of money. Bro, your trainer wants you to keep you on the truck because you're a good driver, and I imagine you're still great at backing. So like, he wants to keep you on the truck. It's also money too. Like, it's good to make money, but hey man, go make your own money, dude. Like, get off of that TNT pay and go and make you some real money. Every year, a lot of trainers do that, and what it is when you got a good student on your truck, you try to keep them. When that good student's leaving your truck, you're all like, oh man, I gotta start fresh with a new one. I gotta bring him up to speed, you know. So, you know, it's just what it is. Like, stop living on that TNT paycheck and get out there and start making your own money, man. It's up to you at the end of the day. If you feel like staying, stay then. But I'll tell you this, what'll happen is you'll stay till December, or you'll stay till January, and then he's going to be like, hey, let's go ahead and run the rest of the winter out. And you're going to be like, well, that makes sense. So you'll stay there for the rest of the winter, because he really doesn't want another student during the winter time either. So like, yeah, getting a new student and a fresh student in the winter time, probably not fun. Destroyed a truck. Have I ever destroyed a truck? No. Have I ever been in a accident inside a truck where the truck was totaled? Yes. It was not my fault. I got a video on my channel of it. A car flew over a guardrail and I hit it. There was like, car just popped out of nowhere. Most people, the first time they watch that video, they have no idea where that car came from. After it goes to the slow motion, they're all like, wow, that car went over the guardrail. I'm like, yeah. Greenwich says he's only destroyed 3 of them. Avocado says, long story, Hans. Never intentionally destroy trucks. And then Greenwich says, what about that lightweight, Sam? What about that lightweight? Hey, man, sometimes trucks break down. It's what happens. That's why I always say, I don't care if I'm in a Freightliner, International, Peterbilt, Volvo, whatever. I don't care. I just want the truck that's not going to break down, because whenever it breaks down, I'm not making as good money. Like, I'm a company driver, so if it breaks down, I'm still getting paid, y'all. I'm still getting paid. Like, I'm not missing a paycheck over that. But it does suck. It does suck, because I could be making more money than what I'm making with a truck that's broke down. Gringor says, we'll try to upgrade in a couple weeks, but he wants me to stay dry until on still great with backing. If anything, I got him better only. Things that took me a bit was the paperwork side of things. Yeah, the paperwork's something else. I have a video on there somewhere on my channel of like the macros and stuff, so like it's a good video to check out. It kind of helps you out with some of them. I have an outline that pretty much works for everywhere you go. It's an outline. And if you follow the steps in it, make the outline like I do when you check into some place, you can look at that outline and you say, oh, that's the first thing I need to do. I need to send that macro 1. You look at it, it even has, if you drop and hook a trailer. If you don't, then it has the macro for depart receivers or depart shipper, and then it tells you, hey, do your live loaded call, you know. So I mean, I got videos that will help that out too. But you're pretty smart, dude. I'm pretty sure that you're going to be great out there. Calvin says, my trainer wants to keep me too. Yeah, it's because y'all know how to drive. Like, that's a big thing whenever a TNT trainer gets a student. They want to know 2 things. Like, TNT trainers are not expecting very much out of a student. They're expecting you, 1, to be able to drive that truck. Number 2 is they're expecting you to at least be able to straight line back. If you came off of my truck, number 1, you can drive that truck really good. Pretty good. Like, you can drive. Like, we know how to drive when you get off my truck. I am super strict on it, and I make it very important. So you can drive your heart out when you get off of my truck. Like, you are good. And then number 2, straight line back. I don't play around with straight line back. I never ever teach anyone how to just pass a test with straight line back. You will know how to straight line back when you get off my truck. You will know more than straight line back. But, you know, that's the 2 things they require. So most of my students, unfortunately, they get stuck on trainers' trucks because they're like, man, I feel safe with this dude. I'm keeping him. And, you know, and I don't blame them, because think about it. I think about it like that too. I'm all like, I get this guy from Daniel, you know, Twizted Daniel, whatever you want to say. I get this guy from Daniel, and this dude is a beast. Then I get another student, and he's real bad. He's from a different trainer. You're all like, oh, man. Then you get another guy from Daniel again. Boom. Who was your trainer? Oh, it was Daniel. The Twizted guy? Yeah, the Twizted guy. Oh, man, I hope he's as good as that last one. Maybe it was a fluke. Then they start working with you, and they're all like, man, this dude's a beast. Then they get a couple more guys that weren't mine, from Joe and from Nick, and I'm just throwing names out there. I don't know any trainers named Joe or Nick. So I'm just throwing out random names out there. So I got this guy from Joe and Nick, horrible. I got this guy from this guy, we'll say Tim. I got this guy from Tim. He's horrible. Then you get another one from Daniel, and you're all like, oh man, this is another good one. So you want to keep the good ones as long as you can, because guess what? You don't want to have to start all the way over with a brand new one and work them all the way back to the level you're at. So I mean, it makes sense that trainers want to keep them. If I was out there doing only TNT training and I kept on getting some of my students that I'm producing, I'd be like, hey bro, is there any way, and it's not possible, it used to be possible, but I'd be like, is there any way I could get one of your students? And I'd be like, you know, okay, like let's go. Back whenever I could give people my students, I could be like, oh, you trained this guy and they both said that you were great. Come to the pad, meet me out here. I'll go look in your truck. I'll be like, man, it's clean in here. I'll talk to you for a while, kind of get to know your personality, and then I'll be like, hey, take off, don't come. I'll text you when to come back to get a student. So I'll find one that kind of matches, that I think would match the personalities with them, out my own opinion. And then I hit them up, hey man, I got a student for you. The students that I placed on people's trucks like that, when we used to be able to do that, they all made it through TNT perfect, like, because I was handpicking good ones to put on that truck. So in both places, like, I was putting my name out to say, hey, this student, he's good, man, you're gonna make a lot of money with him, he's gonna be good. And then on the flip side of it, the trainer, I'm telling the student, hey, he's a good trainer, man, he's gonna take care of you. So, and the trainer's responsibility is, man, I got to take care of this student extra good. I got to make sure that he knows everything, because if I don't, and I don't do a good job with him, Daniel's going to be like, man, you ain't ever getting my students again. And they don't want that. They don't want that. And the student, they're all like, man, I'm representing my trainer, man. He's friends with this dude, and I got to make him look good. You know what I mean? Hey, make him look good. So at the end of the day, it worked out great, but we can't do that no more. So everyone's assigned through the training department, unfortunately. Slowpoke says, I'm pulling from Salt Lake Terminal, West Coast. Let's go, Slowpoke. When are you going to come into the Springfield Terminal, Slowpoke? But I mean, like, times are rough right now. Like, freight's rough right now, I'm not going to lie. It's up and down here and there. It's hit or miss right now. It keeps on like going up and down. So like I said, election year. I've been saying that for 2 years. Hey, it ain't picking up till after that election year. So hopefully after this election year, we're back into making money. We're booming again. I would, like, if freight's booming, like, I'm making a lot of money, because trucking companies are going to want to grow. Prime's going to want to grow. Whenever Prime wants to grow, they need more people in the trucks. So guess what happens to me? I train more students. That's more money in my pocket. It's more money in everyone's pocket. We're all doing better until the next slowdown. You know, during those good years, it's good to stack up money. One of the problems I see with a bunch of people that drive trucks is we're not, and I'm one of them, not that great with our money. Like, when we go on home time, we want to spend our money. We want to go out and be like, I'm taking all my friends out to dinner. I'm taking all my coworkers out, my ex-coworkers and stuff. What's up? Pretty? No. Keep studying it. I heard it before. I heard you say that. I'm serious this time. Where are you at? Did you get done with the coupling? How about the trailer? You did that without a trailer? Keep studying it. I'll know when you're ready. Hey, this is my way of studying. Keep studying it. Yeah, keep on studying. You'll feel more confident. Keep studying. He's all right. Gotta stay at work, man. Make sure our stuff gets done. See, and that's one thing with students is pre-trip. I give you my pre-trip. It's way easier And I tell you, it should take you 2 days to study it. So, like your first 2 days, I let you just study it however you want. When we hit day 5, which we're really on day 7 right now, you better know that pre-trip. Like, you have plenty of time, plenty of opportunity. So it turns into now we're going to study it my way. And you know, whenever your trainer's out here, he's going to check your pre-trip. If your pre-trip's good, guess what? Boom, you start doing your backing. You do your driving stuff. That's the stuff you cannot do without having your trainer here. So pre-trip, we're spending a lot of time out here on pre-trip. Time is money. We're losing a lot of time right here on pre-trip. So I want to get you to your money as fast as you can, but you gotta learn pre-trip. Great guy too. My student out here, he's awesome. He's a great dude. I like him. His personality, he's funny. He laughs at jokes. Like he has a great personality. But he has to learn pre-trip my way because his ways weren't working, and that's what it is. Like, I let people try their way because I'm a firm believer in you know yourself best, right? So I know myself. I know how I study best. You know how you study best. So do your way. But whenever your way doesn't work, we got to go do it my way. And my way is standing outside at that vehicle and doing the same part over and over and over and over and over. Then move to the next part over and over and over and over. Go back to that part. Start from the beginning. Get back to that part. Do the next part over and over and over and over and over. Start at the beginning. Go all the way through it until you get to that part again. Move to the next one. And keep the process going. You're doing all of it all over again every time you learn a new part. And that will stick it into your head. Being outside at the vehicle and actually looking at the parts. And that's how you stick it in your head. That's the best way of studying, I found. So it works. Han says, what's everyone's location? Calvin says, I've been lucky enough to go to all 3 terminals. Greenwich is in Cincinnati. Hans is in Birmingham City until tomorrow. Slowpoke says, coming for the company for the picnic. Yo, gotta see Greenwich and Jose Locos. Hey, I'm gonna be here for the company picnic, of course. So yeah, let's hit that. No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Hey, make sure that's one of my favorite channels to watch right there. Is No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I watch his channel, and I watch. I'm starting to watch a lot of Rex's channel because at first I would watch parts of it, like I would watch like an episode here and there, just whichever one I thought was interesting. And like now I'm starting to really get into Rex's channel, but No Hippie's channel, his is one of my favorite channels, like, to watch, seriously. No Hippie says, you need to really grind and pick up a TNT. No, man, I don't want to do TNT training. I can't sleep good with the truck moving. I've done TNT training before, and it was not fun. It was not fun. New station at Sheets. Done training for feasible future. I hear you, man. Wolfgang's in Arkansas, heading to Missouri. Let's go. Arkansas, man. Arkansas. That's not a state I like to be in. Did you get all your trucks moving again? Oh, that's for No Hippie. So yeah, I mean, it's a great. Like, I like this company right here because look at the guys in my chat right now. Greenwich, he has 2 trucks. No Hippie has, I want to say 3, but it's probably 4. 2 drivers. No Hippie, how many trucks do you have now? So, but I mean, you can do what you can pretty much Like, if you want to start your own trucking company within Prime, you can. I mean, there's proof of it right here in my chat. Like, it's freaking awesome. Buy trucks, put people in them. Buy more trucks, put people in them, and just keep on. You can make as much as you want here. 4 and going to 3. Okay, so he's you're downsizing one truck. It's all good. Too many headaches. Yeah, bro. I could only imagine. See, my thing is, like, I'm just not a risk taker at all. Like, I couldn't see myself buying trucks and then putting people in it and being like, please don't tear up my truck, or please keep that truck moving. Like, none of that stuff. I guess if I had some trucks that were paid off, I would feel better about it, but I still like, could you imagine? Like, I couldn't even imagine if, like, my drivers quit, like, all at the same time or something. Like, no. But hey, my hat, like, hey, y'all do it. Y'all are doing it, so wait till the market changes and might try it again. No Hippie says it's his biggest mistake. And I'm pretty sure you were doing pretty good until the freight kind of slowed down. I remember you being happy with it for a little while. What knots? You used to be a cop. Who used to be a cop? I didn't used to be a cop. I worked for the state as a correctional officer for 13 years, but I didn't used to be a cop. I mean, I don't think that's being a cop, but that's a wannabe cop. No, I don't know. I never wanted to be a cop, though. I think it's not for me. Like, there's a guy with a gun shooting, you know, like, respond to that. You got to go in there and save some people. Nah, man, I'm okay. Call SWAT team or something. Like, I'm not going in there. No Hippie says it's never been the money. It's the mistakes that killing me. But you learn from your mistakes, bro. You learn from your mistakes. We all learn from our mistakes. So you know what to change next time. Or you know, hey, don't do that again. Don't do this again, you know? What Not says, yeah, me either. I can't live with my life by double standards. Oh, No Hippie says he's not the one making the mistakes. Yeah. No, I feel what you're saying. Like, yeah. Well, once your driver makes a mistake, they learn from it, and hopefully they don't do it again. Maybe. Calvin says, do a video about the mistakes so I can learn. Yeah, No Hippie, do a video about the mistakes so we can all learn from the mistakes together. I would watch it. Well, I watch most of your videos anyways. So, Soulbook says, No Hippie is a wealth of knowledge too. Sure is. Definitely. I drive trucks in the South Carolinas right now. Okay. Let's go. My truck shut off on me on Black Mountain. If you do that mountain, you know how scary that was. But yeah, it completely shut off. No power steering, nothing. Like, I stopped right in front of the escape ramp. It was scary. So I'll never forget that. Every time I see North Carolina, like, I think about it. But you said South Carolina, but Carolina, just the word makes me remember that day. That was wild. Garrett says, Rashad here, you got me to pass. What's up, Rashad? How's it been, man? I remember you, Rashad. Whatnot says, I know where that is on I-40. Yeah, dude, it's no good. It's not fun. Not fun. But hey, I'm out of here. I'm going to probably check this guy's pre-trip again. He's been working on it for... He's been doing it my way since about, I'd say 9 a.m. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. He's been doing it for 5 hours my way. He should know the whole thing by now. We're about to find out. But anyways, y'all be safe out there. If you're over the road, be safe. If you're looking at Prime, do your research. You know, I got tons of videos on it. You know, and y'all just be safe out there over the road. I'm out of here. If I can figure out how to get out of my own live. There we go. We're out.